Hey everybody, it's Angela, and I am back with a little project share. I didn't film making this, but I did want to share it before I sent it to my cousin. This is going to be a surprise to her, so I wanted to film it before I sent it out. And it's a little mini album binder for her sewing projects because she likes to sew, and I see her creations on Facebook all the time. So I wanted to give her a place to showcase her creations. And so I made the binder with just some chipboard. For this hinge area, I used some book repair tape. It's this fabric sticky tape. And then just some of my scrapbooking paper for that and on the spine. I had this little charm that just had these few charms here at the top. The sewing machine, a spool of thread, a measuring tape, and some scissors. And then I added on this portion, which I had this little charm off of a purse that I had bought, and it has this purse image on it. And she sews a lot of purses and stuff, so I thought this would work really good. And then on this chain, I hooked this little enamel charm of a sewing machine and also a little enamel charm of an owl because her mom, my aunt, used to collect owls, so it just reminds me of her mom. So I put that on the spine. I used a crocheted flower from these Michaels paper flowers, or Michaels paper flower. Oh, maybe I have this in the wrong plastic thing, but I use this little crocheted flower on here. And then I also used a bunch of trims, and one of them I took one of these daisies off and put it on top of that crocheted flower. So it just makes a nice little dangly here. And then I used some artwork that I got off the internet and to put in the center, and some yo-yos. These yo-yos are like ones I got from Tuesday Morning a long time ago. And so I used those, and again I put some of this daisy trim on top of a couple of the yo-yos, and then also just singly out here. And then on this one I had this cute little sewing machine pin. It's like a little brooch pin. So I just pinned it to this yo-yo before I glued the yo-yo down. So it's really nice and sturdy on there. So that is the outside cover. On here, I left this blank in case she has some larger size photos or a photo of her sewing room or something she might want to put on there, or I don't know how she's going to use this exactly. So I just left blank areas for her to make it her own. And I also got a bunch of these vintage Butterick. This is the magazine, but I also got a bunch of vintage pattern artwork. And what I did was I just glued two of them back to back. This on the back has just some sewing how-to information. And so I glued them together and I rounded these two corners, and then I just inked the edges. And it just lends a little bit more of a sewing theme to this binder and a little extra color and stuff. I did this tag with these measuring tape images, and I put a wooden button from American Crafts on here, and I used some sticky tape to first put it on, and then I did use some thread and sewed it and then tied a bow with my thread on the back just to give more texture. This is another piece of artwork from the internet, and then this So Sweet and these little cross stitches here are from this Dazzles sticker pack, and I used quite a few of these throughout the whole journal. And a lot of these stickers I got from the like Project 365 planner sticker books. So I just used a bunch of images out of those sticker books to kind of fill this in. So in the beginning, in the front of this, I did put some printouts of her creations that I took off her Facebook page. And so this is one of the purses that she sewed. And again, these are some of the planner stickers that I put on there. This was a little baby quilt that she did. Again, more random planner stickers. This heart is one of the Elizabeth Crafts dies. Most of these pages are using dies from Elizabeth Craft because her dies already have these holes already punched in them, so I don't have to do it myself. And yeah, I just love this little heart on here. I put some of the purses on there and another purse back here with some random stickers. And since there's some little bees on this fabric, I went ahead and put a little bee on there as well. I used a little scrap of paper and I took some fabric and made a little ruffle that I sewed on the edge, and then put some stick pins out of my stash on here. And I just used some earring backs to make sure that she didn't, poke herself when she was handling the journal. And this fabric is just out of, I have a bunch of these like little quilting strips, and I took one of these strips and just cut it in half and then made a ruffle and sewed it on. So that just flips there, and I have a couple dazzle stickers on the back. There's this little purse here that she made, and I used this little clothespin clip with a flower on the top, and these are actual Michaels mini clips, and they just have a little crocheted flower on top. And again, this is an Elizabeth Crafts die cut with this little scalloped edge. Here's some little towels, kitchen towels she had made. Again, some more planner stickers and some of these vintage patterns. And they're like handbag patterns that I thought was really appropriate for this. Again, I put some of her photographs in here with just some places for her to journal or make notes. Again, this is another Elizabeth Crafts die cut. Some dazzles up here. This is a K & Company die cut out of one of their die cut packs. And again, I just put some tags in here with more of her creations. She did some hair scrunchies, a quilt, a bag. I put a little bit of fiber on this one. And then I put a sticker on the back of each one so that she could write notes about the project on there. So those just go in here. And then again, I used some of this fabric, this embroidered trim, and some planner stickers on here. On this page, I did another full ruffle all the way down the edge. Have a little painted clothespin there out of my stash, some more planner stickers. Same way, more photos of her creations, planner stickers. I did a tag, put some of her, she made some like bookmarks, and I used some washi tape. I had 3 different sewing themed washi's in my stash. These vintage scissors, the measuring tape, and then this button washi tape. So I used those throughout. Again, more dazzles. This is another K & Company die cut. And another one of these clothespins. Here's some of that washi. These little Joann's crocheted flowers, which are so cute. I put one at the top here. Again, just another tag. And this was like from I think this was like from a cut apart sheet. Just says buttons on it. She can put something on there. And again, another Elizabeth Crafts die. So more of just kind of the same thing, these vintage bag patterns. This one's also an Elizabeth Crafts die. I do have this die at my desk here. And it's this one. It was too small. This is a sidekick die. So it's sets of rings are closer together for a smaller binder. But that was okay because I just cut the whole part off and used this part, and then I cut out the scissors to put over this edge. And I just liked it as a mat. So even if, you buy an Elizabeth Crafts die, there's a lot of different tags and scissor images and spools of thread and other things you can use for any size journal or for any scrapbook page or anything. So if you kind of think out of the box with her dies, you can get a lot of use out of them. So I went ahead and did that. On this tag, I had this little scissor charm. I did put some sticky tape behind this bigger section of the scissors, and then I did use some thread to actually tie this to the card so it won't go anywhere. Again, another card with one of her creations, another card with some fiber on there, some of this trim that has like a measuring tape trim. And then these little things like this tag and this are from these vintage items that are either from Crafty Secrets. Yeah, it's got to be Crafty Secrets. Heartwarmingvintage.com. But I used a lot of these little vintage images in here. And this one I just clipped on with one of the Maggie Holmes bow clips. So I've got that. Another more dazzles, patterns, tags, washi. This little thing is a Bella Boulevard felt bow on a paper clip, which I thought was cute. Another of these stamps, and all the stamps are from this TPC Studio. This is the only sewing stamp set I had, which is crazy. I thought I had more than that, but so yeah, I used images from this. These little hearts with the crocheted edge are just from the Michaels dollar bin. And again, I just put some of that trim on the top of this one. On this card, I used some fiber, but I threaded on this little purse charm. This little folder in here has another little pocket on the front, which I put some of those Crafty Secrets vintage sewing ephemera in there. Some dazzle stickers. This is some vintage sewing image off the internet. I put my ruffle across the top on this one. On this little tag, I used one of those stamps and some of that trim I sewed on the top. And then I had a card with these buttons on it, this vintage card. So I just glued the whole card down. I thought that was really cute. And again, another page. This pocket has another one of those crocheted hearts. Just some more blank tags. Again, a couple more pieces of these vintage Crafty Secrets vintage ephemera. Dazzle sticker. This is the cover, two covers of the Home Sewing magazine, an old vintage magazine that I put in here. Another Elizabeth Crafts page here. And then on the back, I put this little library card pocket and another felt bow. And I'm going to do my message to her because this is going to be a complete surprise. So I'll write a little letter to her on the back there. And yeah, so I hope that she really likes it. And I had a lot of fun making it. And I think it turned out really cute. So I just wanted to go ahead and share that with you before I went ahead and mailed it out. If you have any questions on it, how I did anything or any of the products or whatever, if I know where they came from, I will definitely let you know. Some of them are pretty old out of my stash. So yeah, so just let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.